Welcome to Near Falls with D. He's talking on bars and how they win it all. Yeah, it's just Near Falls with D. The final takedown, the glory or the fall. So loosen up, step on in, wrestle with the need to win. We're talking Near Falls with D. Ready or not, he's here to brawl.
What's going on, wrestling fans? Welcome into another edition of Near Falls with D Hall, a wrestling podcast. Today, so excited. This is the best time of year. My favorite project of the year, the 24-25 WPIAL Coaches Preview. So excited to bring this to you guys. I have a bunch of different coaches coming on from across the WPIAL. They're going to come on, talk about their schedule, expectations, up-and-comers, their leaders, their seniors, all that type of stuff. You guys know the drill. This is year 3 or 4 of me doing it. So pumped up to bring it to you guys. I really hope you enjoy it, and just hope you enjoy listening to these guys talk like I did. It was always a blast for me, and this year was no different. So without further ado, welcome in to the WPIAL Coaches Preview.
Welcome to the Near Falls WPIAL Show, where D.R. and Kaz are gonna tell you all the things you wanna know. Whether it's Trinity or Spencer Lee or Mr. Kurt Angle, just ask Vinny, WPIAL, yeah, Ken and Mac for sure. They got the interviews to soothe your soul, because it's Near Falls in the WPIAL.
All right, joining me next on the call, we have head coach of Central Valley High School, Mr. Anthony Duffield. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing really good indeed. First time on the podcast, and of course, I just found out that you are newly minted head coach over there at Central Valley. Talk about getting the call, and what's that like leading the program?
Yeah, so last year, me and my brother were coaching in Ohio. We were at Western Reserve. People think it's like Western Reserve Academy, but no, it's actually, there's 3 Western Reserves. But we were the one in Canfield, Ohio. So
yep, right on state line, right?
Yep. So we were there, and I think I live in Cranberry, so the drive was it was bad because I worked nights as a nurse. So I was trying to, doing all that. Plus, we were coaching the middle school, high school, and then the girls team. Now it was just too much. I was like, I got to find something else. I want to do this for a long time. So this job popped up, and I applied, and then I did my research. Saw they have tons of talent, and I was like, man, this is a place for me. So. That's it.
Awesome, man. So talk about a little bit about your background. Are you from Ohio?
Yeah, so I'm originally from East Liverpool, Ohio. Wrestled there, went to states a couple times, placed back in like 2005, graduated, went to Teal, wrestled a couple years at Teal. So big Craig Thurber fan, if anyone knows him.
Nice.
He used to, man, every day of practice, everything I did was always wrong. But him and Coach Jeff Lynn, good. I'm big fans of them. They actually were really good coaches. But just had some, it just maybe wasn't a fit for me. Had some issues going on with family, and then left, joined the Army, did that for some time, and then it's how life is. It just kind of led me.
Here you are.
Yeah.
So. I love it. So, talk to me, you're taking over this program. Like you said, you got some really nice pieces for taking over a brand new program. Talk to me about like the off-season program. Are you getting these guys in trying to do like one day a week? I know that, some of your hammers, they go to, it's no secret, they go to, some of these quests and some of these clubs and things of that nature.
Yeah.
But do you see these guys during the week?
Yeah, so we actually just finished season just started last Friday was first actual day of practice. We were doing I had got the job sometime in June or July. I think I started open mats like August, September, did 2 days a week. The Bonnies were there. The youngest one, Angelo, he plays soccer, so he's busy with that. But Garen was there, McDonald. He's that kid's something to watch too. He's going to be a hammer. We just got to keep him healthy. That's the biggest thing with him. But yeah, I mean, most of the kids were there. It's just hard to. It's just a different culture there. I'm trying to, not that it's a bad culture, just just trying to change some things, and it doesn't happen overnight. So I mean, I think we're on the right path. I know these kids know that I'm pretty committed, so I think that maybe helps. But I'm super excited. So I mean, we had a great off season. So I mean, it's only up from here at this point.
So talk to me, about some of those leaders, some of those guys that you're going to be leaning on as you take this program over.
Yeah. So I have, obviously the Bonnie brothers.
They're not
Angela.
bad.
Yeah. Angela's at 7, and then I'm not quite sure what Antonio's going to go. He's been kind of hitting around. He wants to kind of go two different ways. I don't know. And then Gary McDonald. He's a sophomore. Like I said, he's very reliable. I don't have a lot of seniors. I have a kid at 215. He's with Brennan being there last year. Brennan Morgan. Obviously state champ. He kind of he came out a couple years, and then he kind of came back out this year, which was nice because we're kind of thin up there. We thought we were going to have a kid wrestle for the football team, but I don't know what we're going to do about heavyweight. It's still like a up in the air. Might have to bump someone up. We got to figure it out. But I mean, we got obviously Bonnie McDonald, Luca, another kid that I'm high on. Sutter. I mean, Liam McKittrick. He's someone to watch. I mean, I got a mix. I mean, I got young and old.
Nice.
So,
and on that, I guess the first question I normally ask forgot. Brendan Morgan's down in Virginia. You got Don Lindsay, who's at Seton Hill. Who else? Do you have anyone else that is wrestling? I know that the oldest Bonnie's at Mount Union, I believe, right?
Yeah, he's at Mount Union. I think that might be it. To be honest, I'm trying to think. I think that's really it that I could think of.
Gotcha. Okay, just making sure we caught them and gave them a little spotlight because all three of those are, they're hammers, man. And I feel bad that you didn't get your hands on those guys.
I know. I mean, I remember when I watched some tape, and obviously Morgan came up, and then the Bonnies, and then all these other kids started
Unbelievable,
coming
buddy.
up. Yeah, they all started coming up, and I'm like, man, I was like, this is somewhere I want to go because there's talent here. I mean, I don't. I'm like, that was like one of the questions I asked in the interview. I'm like, hey, so why is this guy leaving? Like, this kind of sounds like it's just a trick. You know what I mean? Because this program just needs. I mean, not that they were in bad shape before. I thought they were in great shape. It's just there's so much talent here, and I think it just needs. Once it gets exposed, we start to change the culture. I'm excited.
Yeah, baby. Cultivated. I love it. Okay. Talk to me about your schedule. What's that look like for you? Did you get your hands on it? Did you make any changes, or is it the same from last year? What's that look like?
Yeah, we pretty much kept the same schedule. I know a little different from here, point system in Ohio, like a duel is a half a point. Over here, it's a point. I think that makes more sense, being a point, obviously, because of being a match. We kept the same schedule. Like I did add another tournament. It's Ohio tournament up in Hubbard. Nice tournament, I think, for the kids because the good thing is I could take my whole team, and I think we can go over there, and I like to go over there and cause some havoc, to be honest, because
Who's this stuff field? What's this squad coming over here and whooping us up from Pennsylvania? Yeah, I like it.
Well, I mean, I hate to be honest, but I'm gonna be honest. Like this talent from my last, not that I love the kids from my last school. I love the parents. I mean, nothing but love for them. It's just here though. I don't have to kind of start from the ground and work my way up. These kids, because a lot of them go to clubs. It's just a different atmosphere, different experience level. But yeah, going back to schedule. I mean, schedule's pretty much the same. We added that Ohio tournament. That's pretty much it. I mean, we kept the Fred Bell tournament. That's a tough tournament. We had the Moon Duels. Duels look like it's going to be a little brutal. When I was looking at some of the teams there, I was like, I don't know. Let's see.
Moon Duels is solid, man. It's one of the best dual tournaments to kick off the season, man. It's a great
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, so that'll be like their second weekend, and then we go to Hubbard, and then we have like Christmas break off, and then we have the MAC tournament. And then I'm trying to think, some more duels. We get into our section and whatnot. Um, I think then Fred Bell somewhere in like I think
Yeah,
somewhere
it's
in
usually like
January.
February, January. Yeah,
Yeah,
late January.
and then
Talk to
hopefully,
me. Go ahead.
go ahead,
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
No, hopefully we'll make. We should. I mean, I think we can make WPIAL's teams. I mean, I don't see why we can't. Freedom's the one of the better teams. I think we can match up with them. Zeke's a good dude. I know him real well. He actually teaches at my daughter's school, so my daughter kind of harasses him when she sees him, which is kind of funny. But she just does it for fun. But
I
yeah,
love it, man. I've known Zeke for a long, long time. So, man, yeah,
yeah,
I got a lot of love for Zeke. That's good stuff.
yeah. He's a good dude. I like him.
Yeah, for sure. Talk to me about your coaching staff, man. Who's helping you, lead this charge?
Yeah, so I have a great staff. Coach Smith, Joe Smith, he was there last year. He was assistant last year, so I have him back. Uh, um, Coach Morgan, Brennan's dad, Bruce.
Yeah, let's go, Bruce.
Yeah, he's still volunteering. He actually, I was like, yeah, I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah,
And then, my brother's gonna help with the middle school. I kind of want to keep it to high school, but I had trouble finding a middle school coach. He's gonna kind of bounce around, help out both high school and middle school. And then I have Joe Raperti, who used to coach over at Blackhawk, good dude, very knowledgeable, and Brody Majors, who used to coach in youth, but both their sons wrestle in middle school. But I love having those guys in because I trust them. I don't have to like sit there and babysit. Like, not that I babysat before, but these guys like know their stuff. Like, I don't, and I really do. The room is just different when they're in there. It's a good feeling. Like, there's no bad feeling. Like, we have a great staff, and I think the kids know that. Like, I told the high school team like our goal is to win sections, and win a match at Team WPIALs. That's our goal, and send six to regionals. I mean, that's kind of who knows, but I mean, it's
yeah.
still a goal, right? I mean, and middle school, my brothers, he's just. I think we're just trying to find. It's just a lot of new kids there, just trying to get
Continuity, just trying to get
yeah,
those guys to the high school, right? That's all
yeah,
junior high is, man.
right. And it's a little different because, like in Ohio, when you're a freshman, you have to wrestle high school. Here, you can wrestle down, that was kind of a new change. But we kind of like the idea because if they're not quite ready, they can still wrestle junior high and kind of get the experience. So
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, talk to me about room games. Did you bring over some Ohio dodgeball? What are you guys looking like in there?
nah, we definitely play dodgeball. I mean, right now we've been it's this coming out like last Friday. That kind of sucks because then we only have like this week, and then like next week is Thanksgiving, so there doesn't give us because our first match is December 4th, so that doesn't give us a lot of time for anything. But so we would kind of like just focus on a lot of technique. But yeah, we hit dodgeball a lot. I mean, Coach Smith calls it bombardment, which I never heard that term. I kind of laugh when he says it, but yeah, we played dodgeball. I call it a pulling game. It's kind of interesting. What it is basically, you have like the room is divided in half, and you kind of have to pull the other person past a certain area in the room. But we always liked it because you sweat a lot, but you can like hit gator rolls, whatever, all the way to but it makes you work out. And if with the kids if they're fat and they got to lose a little bit of weight, we can kind of like do that just to make them sweat a little bit. But we'll hit that more in the season as towards the season and whatnot. But nothing crazy.
Yep. Okay. Talk to me about some of your goals, some of your expectations you have for this team. I know you talked about some section titles and trying to get as many to regionals as possible. But as you take over this program, where do you see yourself maybe 3 years down the line?
I think goals. I mean, other than like, we definitely want to win some section titles. I know they've won. I think they have won one, I believe, because that's the only one on the banner. That's that being number one goal. I kind of mentioned the team by having like a 3.0 GPA. I like that because they're not just students. excuse me, they're not just athletes, they're students
Yep.
as well. And
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing for me, being a student athlete. So that's been a goal for me all everywhere I've ever been, being doing both. You can't just be, let's be honest, not everyone's gonna go to Olympics, but schoolwork comes first, and we've been hitting on that every single day. Going to taking 6 regionals. There's not a reason we can't. I mean, I know our regionals insane with Bishop McCourt and all those schools. I know. I did my research. I know who these kids are. I'm not. Anyone who knows anyone knows who these kids are. But I don't know. 3 years from now, I like to. I don't know. Everyone always, wrestling's that thing about numbers. I'm always like, I'm not really big in. I mean, it's important to have numbers. Don't get me wrong, but if I have like 15 kids that are studs, you know what I mean? I'll have 15 kids rather than having 30, and half those kids not want, you know what I mean? So
Yep.
numbers is important, but I mean, I think it's just your kids and the atmosphere you're trying to build. And, like I said, we're trying to change culture just a little bit, making attendance just a little bit more serious. Before it was kind of like lackadaisical, like kids just came and went as they wanted, trying to make it more structure, I guess, in a sense, and having fun. We're all about having fun. We like to crack jokes, and wrestling's hard enough. Let's have fun a little bit, and we that's one thing we do. We do like to crack a lot of jokes and have fun. It keeps us light. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
I love that. Yeah. And it seems like there's always like 1 or 2 guys on the team. It's just like no matter what, they just have something to come out of their mouth, and you just like.
yeah,
I know exactly what you're saying.
I have a few of those.
They keep things interesting. I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, social medias. How can we follow your squad this year? Do you have any of those set up or anything like that?
Oh wow. I think that I think they do have like a Facebook or whatnot. That's a good question. I don't know. That's something we'd probably have to add. I think we
There
do
you
have a
go.
central
Homework
guide.
assignment. Get on
Yeah.
the Twitter, and yeah, man,
I
I
mean,
need to follow you guys. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I
I
mean,
gotta find a way.
I have my own personal one, but that's different than the team. I'm all, you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm here for the team. So that might be something we can set up. Other than I think we have an app, but I mean that's obviously communication for the parents and whatnot. But the cool thing was, it's funny you said that, because one of the parents today, she was talking about doing like a media like a showcase for the kids. One of these weekends, it's the first weekend in December. She was talking to me about getting a hold of her AD about doing something. I thought that was a cool idea, having like smoke and getting the kids and taking their pictures and kind of just promote them a little bit. I think that's a great idea, because not all these kids are going to, like I said, they're all going to go to states. I mean, that's just PA's the
That's the
toughest state
reality
in
of
the
it.
country. Yeah, I mean, PA. If you think PA is not, I mean, you're insane.
Let's go, Ohio boy. Mitten things. I love
yeah,
that, man. Come on.
yeah. I mean,
I
I
didn't
ain't
give
gonna
him
lie to
truth
you.
serum before he stepped on them. If he stepped on here, I'm telling you guys.
And I hate to admit it, but yeah, I mean, PA, I mean, if you look at recruiting, I mean, we were down Super 32s. I think they had so many kids in the quarterfinals and semis. I mean, it was insane. But I don't know, PA is just insane. So I think that idea of her doing that, I think that was a cool idea, and I like that. So anyway, we can promote these kids. Like I said, we're here for the kids, and I think that's our goal, that's our focus, and I'm excited. Like I said, I'm this is great for me. I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
so
Good stuff. Ready to go. That's awesome. Okay. I guess the last thing I have, anything or anyone you want to shout out before I leave you go?
I mean, I guess like just shout out to the parents and the kids over at Central Valley. It's they've been I think at first they maybe thought I was like a little Napoleon because I think because my military, but no, I think no, they've been warm and welcoming. Good kids, good families. Like I haven't had your typical things, but no, I think I'm just I'm gonna be honest. We're just a little sleeping giant. I think once we start, get some more mat time and some, we have some kids that can make some noise this year, and I'm excited. I mean, we got some studs. I'm telling you, they just need to be exposed, and I think
Yeah,
once we
baby.
do, I think I'm not calling out Burrow or any of those other teams because I already know. I mean, trust me, I know. But I think we can definitely, we'll hold our own for sure. I'm excited.
I like it. There's another team in Beaver County, says Anthony Duffield, and it is Central Valley Warriors. I love that, my friend, and man, I can't wait to see you guys out there. I'm sure I'll see you at a tournament real soon.
Yeah, for sure.
My man, appreciate you.
All right, thank you.